Good morning, winners. Welcome to Terry's Tips. Okay, guys, today I'm going to do a video that you guys have been asking me about, but I normally don't do videos like this, but y'all asked, so here you go. How to liquidate your credit cards. Go get a notebook and go get a pen. And let me just give you a disclaimer. There is a lot of information out there about a bunch of very shady ways to do this. I'm going to give you guys some valid legal ways to do this. Got it good, y'all. Okay, and if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Terry. I'm a self-employed entrepreneur, mother, YouTuber, investor, personal business credit guru. Over 20 years of experience, guys. I used to actually work for a TransUnion and I upload brand new videos every Tuesday and Thursday morning. So if this information is helpful for you guys, I would love for you to like, share, comment, become part of our Terry's Tips community. And guys, I will do my nugget at the end. So let me give you guys a couple of disclaimers. I want to explain what is it to liquidate a credit card. I want to explain how to liquidate your credit cards. Then I want to give you a couple of methods to actually get it done, okay? So first, what does it mean to liquidate a credit card, guys? When you have a credit card, let's say you have a $10,000 credit card, you're supposed to use a credit card for purchases, right? So appliances and clothes and furniture or whatever it is you need to use your credit cards for, right? We don't use it for that because we're a wealth building ministry, right? So we're using it for down payment money, to acquire assets, to purchase real estate, to start a business. But you know what I mean? Credit cards are used for purchases. But sometimes you guys need money, right? So you would much rather have that $10,000, that $5,000 in just liquid cash that you could use for anything, as opposed to the constraints of only having to use it for actual purchases to get items. So there are multiple ways to do this. Now, first, let me also outline the actual ways. So when you are liquidating a credit card, all that means is that you are taking a credit card and you are getting the cash for the credit card. You're turning credit into cash. That way you have more flexibility, guys, to use it for anything that you want. Now, normally when you're actually doing that off of the actual credit card, it's either going to be a deposit into your bank account. Sometimes you will have a PIN number, guys, and you can use it at an ATM. Action item: if you have credit cards and you have not set up your PINs, go through and set up PINs now, because sometimes you'll need that at a teller or you'll need it at an ATM to use some of these methods, okay? So you can do it at an ATM. Sometimes you can do convenience checks, right? So they could be called balance transfer checks or convenience checks. What that means is that when you get an actual credit card, guys, a lot of times that very first time, or sometimes with your statement, you will get blank checks. Guys, this is actually a method. I'll insert this one right here. With the convenience checks, you can actually write them out to yourself. Yes, y'all. And this means that the money is actually deposited right into your checking account or savings account. So if you don't have convenience checks, you can call your bank or balance transfer checks. They call them different things, guys, but just a check associated with your credit card that is equal to, or sometimes you can take off almost as much as your actual credit limit. Then ask them for those checks. Or if you have them sitting in a drawer or something somewhere, go back and go get them. Not all credit cards will offer this to you. So another disclaimer: if you're somebody who just has secured cards, or you're credit building, or you have these high limit, lower credit cards with $300 and $500, well, first of all, probably liquidating your credit cards isn't something that shouldn't probably be a super high priority on your list, because if you have a $500 credit card, how much is getting $200 or $100 really going to help you with investing and acquiring assets? May help you with an emergency. Okay, I got it. But some of these lower credit cards with lower limits that are for credit building and for reestablishing, to take on more higher risk clients, they're not going to have all these fancy options, guys. So these options work better if you have good credit and higher limits. Got it. I'm just being honest with you, okay? And so with the convenience checks, you can actually call if you maybe lost them or never used them before, but you can actually write the check out to yourself. The amount goes into your checking or savings account, and then you have the flexibility to use it for whatever you want. Okay, guys, so let's talk about some of the methods. And this is where, what did I say? Having good credit is going to help you. Having higher limits is going to help you. Make sure you have a PIN number for your credit card for some of these methods. And guys, I'm going to add one more action item for you, is that before you go through and try to liquidate your credit cards, right? So the point is to get as much money as possible so you can use it for, hopefully, income producing assets, right? Because we're wealth building, not just getting into debt. Then this is where call in advance and see if you're eligible for credit limit increases. I always tell you guys to call and not do it online, because when you do it online, a lot of time it's a hard inquiry. But you can call your credit card companies and say, hey, I've been a customer for 12 months. I've never been late. I want to know if I'm eligible for a credit limit increase. Only if it's a soft inquiry, guys. I just had somebody, what's today, Tuesday, on Friday, go through and she had 5 credit cards. She had 4 of them raise their limit and it almost quadrupled. She went from having I think $10,000 worth of credit up to $20-something thousand between all the credit limit increases. So guys, step number 1, call and see if you're eligible for credit limit increase. If it's a soft inquiry, go for it, guys. If it's a hard inquiry, it's probably not worth it for you. So work with what you have. Work with what you have. Got it, good job. Okay, and so the first way, right, and it's an unpopular way, but it is a way. It's a cash advance, guys. So always remember, because I have people say, there's fees, there's costs. Yes, guys, these are businesses. There's always going to be fees associated. And always remember, for cash advances, a lot of times they'll charge you a transaction fee or it will be a higher APR. Guys, I want you to look at everything with an investor money-making mindset. Meaning, let's say you need $5,000 and the bank is going to charge you, $500, okay? A consumer looks at it and says, why do I have to pay $500 for this $5,000? An investor mindset, a wealth mindset, somebody who's looking at ROI, return on investment, is going to say, not look at $500 is spent. They're going to look at the $4,500 they gained that they did not have before. I hope that didn't go over y'all heads, okay? So this is where sometimes there's fees associated, but you have a plan for the money. And that is the key, guys, having a plan for the money. You're not just taking a cash advance to just play around, go on vacation, do some things. You're going to put it into something that's income producing, asset, start a business, something of that nature, right? Then it's actually weighs the pros and the cons. If it's going to yield you enough money that's going to get you to your goal, guys, then go ahead and go for it. So a cash advance. And this means that, the bank, the credit card companies will actually allow you to take a certain amount. Now, it's key to note, right? I need you guys to know that the credit card companies will not let you take out 100%. So if you have a $5,000 credit card, they may let you take out $3,000 as a credit, as a cash advance. Okay, so it's going to be a lower amount. Some will let you take up to 40%. Action item: if you don't know how much is available to you for a cash advance, then go ahead and ask or log into your online account or look at your statement. It will say credit limit, available balance, amount allowed for a cash advance. You can even ask them to up that sometimes, guys. Yes, closed mouths don't get fed. I'm very much into teaching, so I want you guys to be empowered to ask questions with your credit card companies, have a conversation with them about credit limit increases, cash advances. Okay, that's method number 1, a cash advance. All right, another thing is balance transfers. Okay, guys, so for this method, you're going to need a couple of different credit cards. And this is where with the one credit card, you can do a cash advance that has the higher APR and has some fees, but you looked at the fees, you had a plan for the money, and it still was worth it for you because it gave you some money that you did not have before. And then you also have some other credit cards that are balance transfer cards. A lot of times the balance transfer cards, guys, are 0% interest for 6 to 18 months. For my real estate people, how long is a flip? 6 to 13 months. Guys, you can, let's say you need $5,000, which is the missing gap for your down payment money to a hard money lender. Maybe you need to do some improvements on a property to make it appraised for a higher value. Maybe there are some things that are wrong with the property you need to get done to be able to go to closing. Guys, that's where using $5,000 from a credit card is going to be smart because the result is going to yield you more. I hope that didn't go over your head, okay? So if you're using that money for something, maybe to purchase a vehicle that you're going to rent on Turo, or to do some improvements to a house or go through zoning so you can rent out rooms instead of it just being single family usage or something of that nature where it's going to yield you money, then that's smart. So you do a cash advance, you have the balance transfer cards, and then instead of you being stuck with paying that high APR, you then transfer that balance to the balance transfer cards where it's 0% interest, and you have a plan for that money to pay it back. Guys, I have people that sell watches, sell sneakers, sell purses. They'll purchase something. You purchase a $500 purse, then you go ahead and sell it for $800. You made $300. You have enough money to pay back the cards and start having more of a, start having a net. So I'm talking about, like, I honestly want to be for the big money, but go at the level you're at. Sometimes people do these cash advances or do balance transfers to get smaller amounts, and they're flipping inventory, flipping watches, flipping a business, selling dinners. They're spending $1,000 to get supplies to go do dinners and stuff, and then they're actually yielding $2,000 or $3,000 from actually doing the actual work, guys. So the goal is to do something with the money that's going to allow you to pay it back and have a net. Got it good, y'all. Okay. Another way also is if you have a merchant account or if you have a vendor account, guys, this is where the PayPals, the Squares, the Venmo, and guys, a lot of you guys are business owners or investors. Guys, if you have a merchant account or sometimes if you just have a regular PayPal or Square, you guys can actually create an invoice for a service or create an invoice for, consulting or whatever it is, pay for it with the credit card. And what happens to that money, guys? It gets deposited into your account. Yes. So let's say you have, a $3,000, invoice from Square, and you have a $5,000 credit card. You can pay that invoice with the credit card. Then what happens? The money goes into your account. Now, again, Square, Venmo, PayPal, they all have fees. Sometimes they're like 1%, 2%, 3%. So it's a lot lower than some of the other methods. But guys, it's something that actually works. Got it good, y'all. Another thing I want to note right here too is that I actually favor going for lines of credit. This can be a strategy for you. So instead of trying to get all these credit cards and trying to liquidate them and do cash advances and balance transfers and convenience checks and merchant accounts, which are all ways, I just gave you a whole bunch of them, guys. Going for the lines of credit, maybe a $20,000, a $50,000, a $100,000. Some of them are $5,000 or $10,000. Gives you more flexibility than the credit cards because it's just money that you can use at any time. You can use it over and over again. And the key, guys, with looking at lines of credit as opposed to credit cards, sometimes if you don't have high limit credit cards with a lot of kind of benefits and perks, is that it's lower interest rate, higher amount. Lower interest rate, higher amount. So I also want you to kind of look at your whole strategy and see if kind of transferring to trying to get a really good line of credit is going to be a better option for you than actually trying to do liquidation of your credit cards and doing all these balance transfers. Okay, guys? And then I really wasn't going to get into it, but there's all kinds of videos about, using the credit cards to buy gift cards or using the credit cards to buy gift cards and then selling the gift card to somebody for cash or buying something. I'm not going to get into all those ways because honestly, it's $100, $50, $500 there. We're looking for the bigger money because usually $500 is not going to make or break, you starting a business or a real estate deal or something of that nature. We're talking about the bigger money. And guys, the last one I want to note to you guys that's not available on all cards, I need you to hear me, is that there's actually credit card loans. Yes, y'all, Citi and Chase are actually known for this. Sometimes they have it called flexible financing options. They'll email you guys, they'll give you offers in the mail about these flexible financing options. And what it means is, let's say you have a $10,000 credit card from Citi or a $10,000 credit card from Chase. They will actually let you do a loan. Yes, y'all, credit card loans. Google it, okay? And they will actually, then you pick your repayment terms. A lot of times you have about 18 months, which what did I say to my real estate investors? How long is a flip? 6 to 13. You can take that money, use it for your hard money lender, use it for a contractor, use it for fixtures, use it for appliances, use it to stage a property, use it to form your LLC. I can go on and on and on, right? And then in that 6 to 13 months, you're actually going to sell that property, get your money back plus a net. Smart, smart, smart. Now with these loans though, guys, you'll pick your terms again. Are there fees? Absolutely. Or is it an interest rate? Absolutely. That's why I want you guys to have a plan for the money. Not all credit cards have this. So what are you going to do? Pick up the phone and ask. Go online. Go to your online banking. Some of them will have it in the offers. Like I said, Citi and Chase are known to kind of do this, but it depends on what kind of card you have, what limit you have, your credit also, guys, okay? It's going to depend. So I hope that was helpful. I explained what credit card liquidation was. I explained some multiple ways that you can do it. I didn't get into all the shady ways because you know what? I'm not going to compromise my brand, compromise what I do, compromise what I believe in. I'm not going to have you guys going buying things with the credit cards and returning them to the store or buying credit cards and then try to get cash from people. We're not doing all that, okay? We're using the bigger money, cash advances, transfers, merchant accounts, convenience credit cards, or loans, doing the credit card loans. That will give you the bigger money, so you can have better results. Got it, y'all? All right. And for my nugget, guys, I want you guys to stop trying to do everything. Oh my God. Some of y'all are not having results because you're flipping houses and you're wholesaling and you're renting cars and you're renting cars and you're selling purses and you're on eBay and you're doing stocks and bonds. Guys, cut it out. Let me tell you something. I was in credit before it was a thing. Do you want to know why? Because I have a testimony. Looking good on paper changed my life. I'm actually passionate about it. I bought my very first house at the age of 21. I only made $14 an hour. That was my belief house. It changed my life looking how to look good on paper. I was in foster care. I was in group homes. Both of my parents struggled with addiction. I had a son in the 11th grade. I was already a mother at 17. Life was not looking so great for me. Nobody had high aspirations for me. But because I had good credit, and I focused using my credit for income producing assets. Now, 20 years later, I've retired myself. Well, it's been a while now, but retired myself from corporate America. I'm using my gift. I teach you guys. I absolutely love anybody who's been in credit leverage lifestyle, had mentoring, coaching. I love what I do because I know that if you can look good on paper, especially in 2021 while I'm doing this video, it opens up options and opportunities. So I'm passionate about this. This is why I don't give you guys the rinky-dinky ways. I don't have you guys going and buying things, returning them to the stores for cash advances and liquidation. Like, no, guys, we're going to do business the right way. We're going to do business ethical. We're going to get better results. And then we're going to teach somebody else how to do it. So I want you to stop trying to do everything. What are you passionate about? If you're passionate about cars, then maybe renting cars is going to be your business, or maybe using Turo, or maybe having a detailing shop, or maybe having a dealership, buying into like a franchise. What are you passionate about? What is your gift? Make that your business, make it multiple streams of income, but don't let everybody's side hustle be your side hustle. That's not the calling on your life. That's not your destiny. That's not your purpose. That's not what you're passionate about. So that's why you're not getting the results. Stop trying to do everything. Have multiple streams of income, yes, but do not be all over the place. When you are mediocre everywhere, that's how you lose money and you lose time. We are about excellence. Work in your gift, pick something and crush it, y'all. Amen. All right, I hope that was helpful. Like, share, comment, and have a super amazing day on purpose.